The Chicago Bulls 2016 offseason was very confusing. In a way, the Rajon Rondo signing made sense when it happened, but as soon as Dwayne Wade was added as well, it just made no damn sense. In 2017, the Bulls have a point guard whose only skill is playmaking, who can't make a jump shot to save his life, and doesn't play any defense. And a shooting guard who only really plays iso ball. And no disrespect to D. Wade, but let's just say there's a reason he isn't an all-star this season. It's also worth mentioning that Robin Lopez has been pretty bad as well, as he and the rest of this Bulls roster seems to think that he's a go-to option when he really isn't. So with the awesomeness of having Dwayne Wade in a Bulls jersey fading away, and Rajon Rondo just plain sucking, the Bulls have been in a tough spot. They sit as the 7th seed in the East with a 27-29 record. So the question with this team is, should they blow it up? Should they trade their superstar player Jimmy Butler and go into a full rebuild? That is the question. And the answer? Hell no. The problem with this team is not Jimmy Butler. The problem with this team is the coaching staff, the management, and the lack of pieces around Jimmy. A modern NBA roster is consisted of 1 or 2 stars surrounded by shooters and defensive players. For the Bulls, they have Jimmy Butler surrounded by average to below average defenders. And besides for Doug McDermott and Paul Zipser, none of these guys around Butler can shoot. And don't say Nikola Mirotic, because that guy either can or can't shoot depending on the day. So he's neutral. I also, as I've said before, hate that guy with a passion. Jimmy Butler has 2 years left before he could potentially leave in free agency. So the Bulls need to make an effort to be contenders within that time. My first recommendation in doing that would be fire Fred Hoiberg, the coach, and fire the GM and assistant GM, Gar Forman and John Paxson. But based off of some previous reports, all of these guys are safe, which really sucks. There have been reports the Bulls are interested in Jahlil Okafor. I'm okay with that, provided he improves on his jump shot and especially improves on his defense. And I would definitely let Rajon Rondo leave in free agency. I don't think you can trade Rondo at this point. He is clearly a cancer in the locker room, and he's overall just a product of an older style of basketball. I'm okay with re-signing Dwayne Wade provided they don't overpay him, and he could potentially come off of the bench as a spark and a leader of the second unit. And perhaps one of the Bulls' plethora of young players can break out as a star. The plan towards contending isn't exactly clear, but the Bulls definitely shouldn't trade Jimmy Butler. It seems so often that many teams look forever for a star, and when they actually get one, they just panic. He's still got time, and it would be stupid to move him now. This video is probably going to be a little shorter than I wanted it to be, but yeah. Bulls management, even though you shouldn't have your job to begin with, just don't trade Jimmy Butler. That's the end of this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I am out.